Okay, I just wanted to make a quick video as to why I think the Paul Ryan VP pick for the Romney campaign is not a good pick. And the reason why primarily is because Paul Ryan represents the views of a very small segment of the population. And I'm referring to pure libertarians, people that essentially loved Ron Paul, and people that are Ayn Rand loyalists. In fact, Paul Ryan has invoked Ayn Rand multiple times, talking about how Ayn Rand is a big influence to him. And I actually have one of her books right here. It's Atlas Shrugged. I've read this book among other books of hers. The Virtue of Selfishness is another one. And it basically represents an ideology that is a strict adherence to free market unfettered capitalism. And we know very well that free market unfettered capitalism has plenty of problems. That's not to say that capitalism isn't the best system that we have in order to create wealth for everybody and lift the standard of living, which I think is true. But Ayn Rand and people like Paul Ryan are largely in favor of gutting regulations, and a true libertarian, an actual libertarian, would be in favor of getting rid of things like child labor laws, getting rid of any type of environmental protection agency, the Department of Education, basically any government program that is for anything other than just making sure people don't steal and kill is wrong in the eyes of a libertarian. So Paul Ryan is actually kind of a radical. And the Romney VP pick had to be a pick that reached out to independents and was going to able to get him some votes from segments of the population that aren't so hot on him right now, like women and minorities. And this was largely a decision that I think was an attempt to avoid what happened in the last election, the McCain election, where they picked Sarah Palin, and they were like, well, I guess when us Republicans don't stick to our old male whiteness, things kind of go to shit. Now, I just want to be clear, because anybody who's familiar with my YouTube channel or my videos or my radio show knows where my politics are. And I'm not saying that I think Paul Ryan was a bad choice because I dislike him, even though I do dislike him. But I'm saying because from an objective perspective, if Mitt Romney and his campaign were actually trying to appeal to the American people and actually trying to win the election, it's probably not going to happen with a pick like Paul Ryan. Not that the entire election is based off of your VP pick, but he's already struggling, right? I mean, the Obama campaign is hitting him real hard, and Obama's got a 57% favorability rating, and Romney has, I believe, a 47%. So I don't know if those are the exact numbers, but the most recent polls show he has anywhere from like an 8-point to a 10-point lead in terms of popularity. So if they had gone with, say, Marco Rubio, for example, that objectively would have been a better choice, because he would have maybe been able to reach out to some voters who normally wouldn't vote for him, right? Because it's not an old, boring white guy on the ticket with him. And also, it just doesn't work having somebody be your running mate who is literally in favor of gutting a program as popular and as good as Medicare, which Paul Ryan is in favor of.